You know, when I went to Rome, I was so shocked that every single landmark, every single shop had this plaque saying, owned by Ezio Auditore. This guy just brought everything, and even though he's from Florence?
I bought a property in
Rome.
And what they do for you is they give you the property, you then get
Look,
to go and
Ezio is a family man. He was just looking after everyone.
God, you're so beautiful. God, she's so beautiful, man.
So Assassin's Creed 2 being a smash hit meant, of course, in Ubisoft's mind, the gears began to turn. Hey, wait a minute. We can make this into a franchise, like the FIFA franchise. Yearly releases. We had a game out in 2009. Why not again in 2010? So then Ezio became, and is still, one of the only assassins to get 2 sequel games. The first one being Brotherhood, which was continuing on the story, and maybe you might think it was just stretching out the runtime. Surely this was never planned to be a full release, and you could never tell that once you played the game. And yet it still sold crazy numbers. People just love their suave main character who has some interesting taste.
I've always had a soft spot for women in distress.
So with Ubisoft having so many studios, they were just pumping out Assassin's Creed games to meet that rising demand with Ezio. They knew this guy was a ticket to the millions of dollars, so they wanted to flood the market with as much AC content as possible, and use all their studios around the world to work on games for the future at the same time. Meaning Assassin's Creed 4 was being made while the third one was being developed, or how even before the disastrous Unity's launch, they were making AC Origins. Yeah, this wasn't the case with this game. Assassin's Creed 2 was based in Florence and Venice, and the only end part was in Rome, but it was just a little teaser of it. However, they actually wanted it to feature more of the city, and all the stuff that they couldn't put into 2, they decided to expand upon it in a full release game called Brotherhood, even changing the ending of 2 to give it some ambiguity and continue the story straight afterwards. All the while slapping some multiplayer into it, because that was just what was expected of the time. What? Your Xbox 360/PS3 game doesn't have multiplayer where you can swear at other people without repercussions? Come on, man. Your game has got to have online to show it off, because you are either paying for the feature or paying for the feature. Man, how did I even survive back then? 1 whole month without being able to play Call of Duty online? I remember going nuts at this. I don't care if you're giving me Burnout for free. Let me play some zombies, man. And also what is nuts was these. But also how, looking back deep down, I'll admit it, yes, I was a big fan of these Ezio games. Even on websites, when you put in what is your favorite game in the bio, I would add Assassin's Creed to the list. I even had a hoodie of them. And I even found files from my first computer I got just out of high school where I made my own custom Ezio wallpapers, among other wallpapers. No wonder my thumbnail graphic design goes so hard these days. So yes, I was super hyped to play this game. You mean I only have to wait 10 more months to get another Assassin's Creed game set in Italy? Mamma mia! And it made sense. Ezio was one of the most popular new characters created in the 2000s. Wait, this Watch Mojo article made me remember they put it on TV in my hotel in Italy. Even to this day, when Ubisoft still do collabs, it's Ezio's iconic look in Fortnite, in For Honor, in Brawlhalla.
Welcome to Brawlhalla. You're going to love this.
Yes, these are very recent collabs. That's the lasting impact he has on Ubisoft, pretty much becoming the mascot of the franchise. So then what better way to give him than a sequel game and not have much story or gameplay new features? But multiplayer. Oh yeah, it had that. Oh wait, where's gonna gun? It was called Brotherhood, not a new numbered entry, as they felt if they called it AC3, people would think it was a different time period and new main character. As the game does take place right after the first game's ending, and there's not much to say on the development, they used the same team to expand upon the cut ideas they didn't get to put into 2, just now making it a full game. But as you'll see, it maybe wasn't the best idea. Well, I don't know anything, it still made money, so of course it was the best idea for Ubisoft. So I actually have made a video on AC2, which you probably should watch before this, which is easy to do if you're watching all my videos in the playlist, which is over there. Or, I mean, you don't have to. All you have to do is move the mouse and click and add it to your watch later or save the playlist. It's pretty easy. Look, Janet, we haven't got all day. Are you gonna click on the video or not? So the basic gist is that you have modern day where the Templars called Abstergo who are trying to find these pieces of Eden which will help them rule the world. And you got the assassins who are trying to stop them. They use this animus machine to have Desmond here
Holy shit!
relive his ancestors' lives to find out where they hid the pieces of Eden. The second ancestor being Ezio here. And yes, this continues on from 2, you know, the big twist where it's revealed how there's gods that made humans and such, and how Ezio didn't kill the Pope in the previous game, as yeah, that decision was changed to extend it into this game. Your inaction of not killing him meant his whole family will get revenge on you, and you gotta deal with them now. And if you've seen my thoughts on 2, it really felt like they were dragging the game a bit too long, with missions extending the playtime for no reason. And now you find out, wait, this entire game is because you decided to let the fat man live? So you're dragging this all out again? For what reason? I sure hope they aren't blood related.
What an odd thing to say.
But yeah, this means the gameplay is pretty much the exact same. Same sort of chapter-based missions. You go and open towers to unlock the map. You got side quests from different factions, and main quests where you're trying to take back Rome from the Borgia family. There are little things they added like cinematic action set pieces, where you press buttons to see Ezio kill real historical figures. But possibly the main reason as to why it's called Brotherhood is the new feature where you can recruit assassins for your cause, saving them from guards, and then you just send them out on missions to level up, and eventually you get to use them to help you kill enemies, where you're just standing there, obviously being the guy who summoned them, and not getting in trouble for it. Hey, I didn't do it, I'm just whistling, it's a free country, okay? This system actually makes a lot of the game incredibly easy, as you can just use up to the 6 recruits to fight to distract the enemy while you do your thing. There's not much depth to it, you can see them in their base, you can recolor their outfits, and nothing more than that. I mean, this game was made in under a year, I think I'll let them slide on this. Ubisoft clearly had more focus putting their resources into other things, but there was one brand new mechanic, which you wouldn't think they would add to a single-player historical simulator. Yes, Among Us. Hey, wait a minute! They removed this from the remaster, erasing Ubisoft's janky history! Oh, but I was there. I was there in the trenches. As with the PS3, I was one of them, you know, loser kids who trophy hunted in games, where games on the PS3 offered trophies as achievements, and I would try to get the Platinum Trophy. And I did so for AC2, so surely Assassin's Creed Brotherhood would be easy. Surely you wouldn't have to have trophies for the online system, meaning you could only get the trophy if there were people actually online playing the game.
Well, we're boned.
I still have nightmares about this. I was literally 2 trophies away from a platinum. Both of them were multiplayer. Why would you make me do this, Ubisoft? But yes, you know that gameplay of hiding in crowds to avoid being seen, then stabbing the target and escaping from the main game. That's the multiplayer. We have to kill specific targets, but then you have the enemy players trying to kill you. And you have many characters to pick from, skills to unlock, with things like a detection meter to show how many people are near you. And my god, this doesn't seem like it would work, but oh man, it was so fun. I guess it was been a time when most multiplayer games were shooter games. This one actually had to use your brain to work out how you're going to take out the target while being hunted by a real player. It's a mode which games are doing now online, like Sniper Elite, having people invade your single player missions, hunting you while you hunt for your targets. So if you played that, this is the exact same exhilarating feeling. You had to work out how to kill them to get bonus points. Did you escape the pursuers? Wait, is that a real player? Is that XX360 No Scopes Johnny? And one of these trophies I didn't get was to actually get every bonus possible over time, but one of them was called Extreme Variety, where you need 15 bonuses in one match. And it was funny because in 2010, I don't know what this time period was, man, you could just talk whatever you wanted to people online. As we would actually find people we matched with and then message them going, hey, we kind of need to get the Platinum Trophy. Can you go into a match with us? And since we need 3 people for this to work, okay, let me kill you to get all these bonuses. And then once I get the trophy, I'll let you kill me so you can get it for yourself. And they were like, yeah, but let me get the trophy first, okay? Okay. So we helped them get the trophy and then they just left the game afterwards. They didn't return the favor. I couldn't get the stupid trophy because people were mean online. But yes, after a while, the server shut down. And in the remaster, it's not even a mention. You wouldn't even know this game mode existed if you just look at it now. Wiped off completely. And I doubt Ubisoft will try this again. You know, it costs money to run servers and care about game preservation. Want to drive some cars, huh? But it's those memories I still have fondly looking at Brotherhood. A lot of games really just shoehorned in their multiplayer, but when it's not an FPS game, it was actually super unique, and for at least a few months it had people playing it online. So that's why in my head, at the time of 1 week ago, I believe Brotherhood is my favorite Assassin's Creed game. What do I think of it now? Well,
You're the sicko!
so Brotherhood continues on from 2. They even do a summary with Landlord actually telling us what happened before, which is such an improvement from AC2's recap of the first game. But yes, you have the modern day Templars called Abstergo hunting us for the pieces of Eden's locations to rule the world, while we, the assassins, are using Desmond's ancestors to find the location by reliving their lives. We did that with Ezio, but were found out, and now we are on the run from Abstergo. But the game is like, that would be a pretty boring way to start, you know, talking about these real boring nerds. So you got epic quick time events to start here, showing you the finale of the game before flashing back to the end of AC2, where it just picks right off. The Fat Pope isn't dead now. He ran off, and we got to escape the Vatican with Mario. Yes, Mario.
The things I've seen, Mario.
Then be sure to stay alive and I might hear of you.
Where he? Wait, I fell off. Oh, phew. Okay, let's keep going. Bro, are we just running around in circles? As we give the Apple of Eden, the thing that can control people's lives, to Mario, and then we head back to Monteriggioni, our base, where, oh my god, we can actually ride the horses inside now. I can't wait for them to expand upon this area in the full game.
This place just keeps getting better.
Yeah, people do talk more.
Now about earning my silence.
I have something in mind.
This place just keeps getting better.
And you gotta see what's up in your town. It's a way to help you get used to the controls again, or for new players.
Buongiorno.
Ezio, Mario is going to murder me.
Where you got lifts to easily go up places, and then you gotta test out the cannons, which was, yep, in that era of every single player Western game needing a turret section. And we recap AC2 to everyone, you know, how Minerva told us to find these temples with more pieces of Eden, but was addressing this to Desmond, as she knew that we were reliving this life, which was like a crazy twist to players back there. They could see through the fourth wall, but it's not really the fourth wall, it's like 3.5?
Who is Desmond?
A loser who wears the worst jeans.
Interesting.
So we say we let the fat man live, which pisses off the Shakespeare-inspired writing theme guy that I heard about in Year 11 English class. And I was like, okay, let me just pause the game. Whoa, hey, spoilers! And we admire the artworks we plundered.
Did you never seen a naked chick riding a clam before?
Then take a bath and Katerina Sforza joins us. And I mean joins us. Okay, we get it, game. Let's wrap it up. Me literally trying to play this game on the living room TV, hoping my parents wouldn't walk in. But just before round 2.
Do you have it?
I am keeping it safe. The Borgia must not be allowed to breach the walls until everyone is safely away. Insieme per la vittoria.
Insieme. Uncle, be careful.
I will.
And because of this, you lose everything. All your health upgrades, all your weapons, all your money. No, I'm broke again. I gotta earn it the hard way by robbing bodies. So with some cinematic action where you just hold forward, you gotta use the cannons to blow up the Borgia, and then you fight your way back. Oh, so this is why Italians are good at football. But we see the Borgia's son and daughter have captured Caterina.
Give me the gun his friend fashioned for us.
Gun his friend fashioned for? That is like one of the oddest lines I have ever heard in a game. Who are you telling this to? Your subordinate who knows this already? Ezio? Mario? Me, the audience? Holy moly, this is horrendous writing because I know exactly which friend they're referring to. What, are you telling this to like new players? Well, he uses that gun our friend made for him. Why did our outfit change? So we gotta fight to escape.
Our blade blade!
Wait, why did that kill him? Yeah, you're gonna be seeing, somehow, more glitches in this game than the previous one. You would think the more games Ubisoft made of this formula, they would be getting better at squashing bugs, but, oh, we're getting there, as we find a secret escape hatch.
Let me through. I must go help the troops. Infantry are circling the town!
Mario is dead.
Where are you riding?
To Roma!
Go, my son.
Oh wait, she talks now?
Destroy
Didn't you lose your voice permanently from the shock of your family being killed in the previous game? I guess the game does now need Ezio to have a parental figure since...
Mario is dead.
As if we gotta get revenge against the Borgias. Literally because we didn't kill their dad in the previous game, this entire sequel was born because we didn't do the thing on the box! And oh no, not back to these bozos! So they lost connection to Ezio, saying, oh, we need to go to a more historical place to log in from there so we can unlock his trauma! Or something to pad out the gameplay. As yep, we return to Monteriggioni in modern time. So the gang's all back. Tech Rebecca, Celebrity Lucy, and...
Like a memory inside a memory?
Yes, exactly. Maybe.
Exactly, maybe.
I believe you experienced something similar back at Abstergo, didn't you?
Subject 15 exhibited memory within memory-like patterns, but she was pregnant. The memories of both the fetus's father and mother were competing.
Desmond's not pregnant, at least, as far as I can tell. Might just have had a big lunch.
So now us and Lucy go spelunking to find a way into the base, seeing visions of Ezio's escape, as Desmond has now blended in with his ancestors' memories, the DNA coursing in his veins.
Desmond, we can't climb this.
How about you give me a boost?
That's a bad idea.
I could throw you into the air and you grab the ledge.
Even worse. What are you going to... Nice job.
I aim to please. I wonder how old these tunnels are.
Middle Ages, probably. Luckily, the beams still hold our weight.
After all this time in the Animus, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but you're really getting fat.
Ouch.
I even told Rebecca to widen the Animus.
Seriously?
Desmond's pregnant, at least, as far as I can tell.
And oh my god, doesn't this feel like another PS3 exploring cave game with quips?
Remember, this is the time of your life.
Yeah.
Wait a minute here. They're just using the same actor over and over.
As Desmond has Ezio's moveset now, so he can do all the impossiblest moves wearing jeans. If you've worn jeans like this, that you probably did in 2000s, I know you did, as I did, we know how hard they were to move in. This doesn't seem realistic.
We can't jump this.
I have an idea.
I could throw you into the air and you grab the ledge.
Even worse.
What is that smell?
It's my clothes.
They smell like you swam through a sewer.
It was Lucy's idea.
They are trying their hardest to make these four likable, because I'm sure reviews at the time of 2 were lamenting how boring it was to cut back to playing as Desmond on the outside compared to the suave Ezio. And Ubisoft were really wanting these bozos to be likable because they wanted them to be a vehicle for Desmond to go through all of his ancestors, being the basis of future games. So you know 3 would be a new ancestor of Desmond and so on. Well, that only works if you care about Desmond, so they really tried upping the writing in this game. So you run outside to set up the power.
I'm back.
Just in time. The sun's rising.
Yes, it's booted. We're good to go.
Did you miss me? No? Anyone? Hello? Am I speaking out loud? Hello? Workaholics.
Our top assassins are busy gathering info about the Templar satellite launch.
Templar satellite? Huh? The bad guys are launching satellites? That's all they're doing? That's the big thing?
Always a tech geek?
Nah, I was into sports, but then I broke my leg and started playing with computers. Who knew that coding could be just as exhilarating as strapping on a board and dropping out of a helicopter?
Just FYI, you might want to get your adrenal glands checked.
Bro, I'm trying to talk to my friend Rebecca. Stop interrupting! So now another useless feature is VR, where you can practice fighting, and a new thing in the combat. Well, So, you know, into how I mentioned the combat was one of the worst combats I've ever experienced in a big AAA game? Well, there was a point to that, because being so bad, it made you want to focus on being stealthy to not get caught and have to do the combat because it was so horrendous. Now, thrown out the window, because after you button mash and get one cinematic kill, if you hold the control stick and press square, Ezio will automatically insta-kill the next enemy, meaning all you have to do in combat now is get one kill, then you're instantly guaranteed to chain together 3 kills on the remaining guards. It's not always perfect, as guards do this annoying thing while in animation, or they will still attack you, so you gotta counter them while you're trying to kill someone, like, hang on bro, let me take care of this guy, which really ruins the immersion of feeling these moves are cool, because I'm not getting to see these moves be cool. But if you get the hang of it, it trivializes the combat, where you feel no danger at all, just kill one of them and you got insta-kills for free, and even then, the combat is gonna get even easier once we get our Brotherhood assassins. Oh yeah, this is one feature they wanted to add in too, allowing you to replay memories, and if you replay them, you get to use cheats. Like if you replay chapter 1, gee, why would you want to do that? Your horses are now unicorns! Chapter 2 makes Ezio immune to damage. 3, you can execute enemies immediately, which, like I said, bruh. 4 makes all your recruits female. Like, there's really no point to replaying this just to make you think, whoa, it's 2010, and I can replay my favorite game forever and ever. I'll never have to buy another Assassin's Creed game again! Holy So now we finally sync as Ezio, where he's in Rome, starting from scratch. You know, you gotta unlock the map again, find your buddies, get your weapons and money, and each mission also has bonus objectives, where if you do these things, you get 100% sync, which helps you unlock more memories, which I'll get to, and you'll see why it's not really that important, as some of these are so frustrating. These restrictions don't let you play the game as you want, and you should only do them if you were trophy hunting. So, yeah, no, I'm out.
Save me, please! Just let me go!
So you meet Machiavelli, who is like, bro, you're alive! And says Borgia controls his town. Cesare is the son of Rodrigo and now going power hungry. They also have the apple from Mario, and you gotta clear them out. Where they have Borgia Towers, which have one leader which you gotta kill. And then you can climb the tower to burn it out, which now lets you become an Italian landowner, where you can use your money to buy back the shops or landmarks of Rome, and the more you buy, the more money gets deposited into your bank every 20 minutes. So yes, for you to earn money in this game, you gotta buy a properties and landmark to generate rental income for you to then buy more. You literally become a landlord. It's kind of an easy way to get your missing money back, because you could just, keep the game open for a couple of hours and then withdraw all the money it's in your bank, then buy whatever armor and weapon you want. But like I said in AC2, you could also just beat this game too using your hidden blade. Now, also continuing on from the previous game, you got feathers to collect, but now in addition, you have Borgia flags. These are just more things for achievement hunters, and those hidden Subject 16 file type things, where this time you get multiple rows of puzzles in order to find out the truth. So we save this thief.
Nuts to this.
And over time, you'll get these notifications that
You've got mail.
where, yep, they wanted you to care about these real world people, so you can leave the Animus at any time. Take a break from gaming, stretch your legs, and you can talk to those people and read your emails.
No phone line. Rebecca's working on patching us into the network.
So how's it feel letting the lady do all the work?
She's no lady.
Hey!
And checking your emails, you can also log into the other people's accounts and see what they are talking about. Something about someone's yogurt being stolen?
Yogurt effects!
Kinda weird, this email lets you log into other people's accounts and lets you see the worst thing about office email culture. Yes, other people in your office right now are emailing each other talking about you. It happened to me, it happens to you, and it's happening to Desmond. Well, back into Rome, the city which was rumored to be founded by 2 brothers who were raised by wolves. So naturally, you come across wolf people? Proto-furries? where this subquest has you go in cave spelunking to eventually get you cool armor. Now you can also buy these tunnel gates, which will help you fast travel between points. Rome isn't that big of a place, and you do get a horse which you can call in with the triangle button. This is also hilariously broken, as you can also press triangle to hire these groups like you did before. But if you do that, you cannot summon the horse again because the triangle button is overridden. I love game design! But yeah, this world kinda loses something from AC2, where a big aspect of it was the parkour. You know, it's a core to the DNA of AC games. You know, jumping on the rooftops. That's lost here when you got all this big open world area. You're not often clambering around to get to places. You can just ride your horse to run over people. So Machiavelli is like, bro, I don't know anything, we have the help here. So now once again we gotta fix it up by doing the courtesans, after we pay them. Doing their quest, the Thieves Guild and Mercenaries, the same kind of thing you did in AC2. So Ezio, what would you recommend for someone who moves to a new school to fit in?
Make some friends.
So some group is holding the courtesan leader hostage and you go to free them.
Let her go.
No! Take it up with Cesare!
Ah, jeez, why does this always happen? And so I clear out the Borgia Tower.
I see him!
Ah, jeez, why does this always happen? So we see our mother and sister hanging out with the courtesans, and we tell them the leader is dead, so our sister is like, I'll do it, I've managed your land before. And so you help pay to rebuild the building. And now you got these items on the blackboard, which are things you can do with the guild, like, say, hire courtesans and complete these objectives, which will then give you some weapons later on. Well, I retried that tower.
Well, here he is!
And a huge thing is that a lot of the guards will run away once you kill the leader, making it easier to climb the tower. So yeah, you can just ignore all these guards, kill the leader, then climb the tower, and it's so much easier than fighting everyone. Well, we got more money, so time to invest in Rome. Oh, keep quiet. Can't you see me fixing up people with more rent is more important than you? And yes, I put that theory of towers into practice now. This tower, I literally just rush in, kill the leader, climb to the tower, ignoring all the people trying to kill me, because for some reason they don't know how to climb buildings, and then I unlock the tower. Keep in mind, killing guards doesn't give you XP. There's no leveling, you don't get permanent weapons from them, no skills, they barely hold any money. The only thing robbing them does is refill your ammo and medicine. There is actually no point in wasting your time with the horrible combat loop. And now the game is even easier, letting you clear the towers once you kill the leader. It's kind of funny because I actually remember teen me thinking these towers were crazy hard to clear out. I had to wait to use my Brotherhood of Assassins to plan out attacks secretly. And I haven't even unlocked them now, and I could legit destroy all the towers in Rome without any help. So now the Thieves Guild, you find Volpe again from the previous game, and you follow him on horse. Why he ride like that? And finishing his quest makes you notorious, unlocking that wanted system. Yep, all of this time I was killing everyone and there was no notoriety. But now 3 hours in, the game unlocks it for you, meaning any guard you now kill will upgrade your wanted status, where if it's full, the guards will hunt you down. So you can remove wanted posters, bribe heralds for free, or now kill witnesses who saw the crime.
What's he got?
Ally lost? Bro, he's right there. Why did you fail me? So now we revive the Thieves Guild.
One last thing. I need your spies to find the apple. It has been taken from me.
We are searching the city for it already.
Molto bene.
Molto bene.
We now got gambling, where if you bet on the dice it's gonna land on a 7 or 11, you win. But if you get a 2, 3, or 12, you lose. However, if you get any other number, you can do a second round where that win condition becomes that new number. So say if you roll on a 4 in round 1, you won't lose, but then the win condition on round 2 is to land a 4. It's not the most fun gambling minigame I've seen, but maybe it was historically accurate. I then try to clear out another Borgia camp and realize, what the heck? this, and only this tower, you need that extended jump. You know the jump you unlocked in the previous game where Ezio watched women in distress just try to jump higher? Yeah, that one! Apparently, he needed new gear to do that, which you gotta obtain again. So this tower in the entirety of Rome, you cannot unlock right now. It was a little bit frustrating in that all the time you spent earning all those skills and equipment in AC2, for what? To now make me waste my time getting that same upgrade again? This game barely has any new upgrades for Ezio, you're just recollecting everything that you lost from the previous game. I know it's for new players, they didn't want to start everyone with the broken Ezio, but I felt it was annoying because that super jump was integral to how I think the climbing is in AC games. Now once again, I'm limited because the game told me, it's too early for you to use your legs, to jump higher. And also I should say yes, the climbing somehow feels worse in this game. It seems like Ezio will never move where I want him to move. I don't remember it being this bad in the original, maybe it was just a remaster thing. But AC2's remaster actually felt pretty good for the most part. But here, when I'm pressing things, it doesn't seem to work. Like take this for instance. You know how you hold circle when you're running, and if you hold it, you avoid bumping into crowds because if you hit them, you just fall over. So if you want to keep that momentum, you just hold circle and you bump them off. But oh no, when I pressed it here, Ezio just tackles this lady.
Soft spot for women in distress.
So finally the mercenary quest with Bartholomew again.
Come in! I'll kill you if you don't.
And we learn that Caterina will be moved to the Castello, so we have to free her. And while I'm here, I'm gonna mention the game's music because it has this one epic Latin choir theme that I'm now playing, but I'm talking over it because oh my god, they love the copyright. And yes, this sounds good, but my goodness, do they reuse this track so much in this game. And then I find this memory, which is a flashback side quest that takes us back to Christina? You remember, right? From AC2, your girlfriend from before you were an assassin? Meaning this mission has all your moves gone. And despite you now having way more interesting love interests,
Ready to go again?
they want to tell you the story of how these two met. I really did not want to continue this quest after the first mission, as these quests are actually what you get if you 100% those missions, The more 100%s you get, the more Christina missions you unlock. So I just stopped caring about this all. Look, I've done this in the past, okay? I don't want to do it again. And I mean, it is cool you get to see Florence again, and that guy, who was Yosuke's voice actor, who gave us the scar in the first game. The voice actor who sounds very obvious when he's voice acting in games because he sounds pretty similar in all the roles he gets.
It's your family that cries for guards when there's trouble.
But I am.
I guess they couldn't get him back.
Are they booing me?
You made her smile. She will remember you now.
No, I can still fix these. I'll follow her ways. See where she lives.
I didn't remember Ezio being this much of a creep. So we see Lucrezia, the daughter of Rodrigo, showing off the captured Christina, and the Castello is a restricted area, so you gotta blend in with the cardinals. Wait, where are you going? We're meant to go inside! Hey,
You need
wait!
a lesson in basic survival skills. Part 1, you don't even take a shit without permission while I'm on duty.
Just what is this clown fiesta? Anyway, you slowly climb around the building to spy inside and see the siblings show how much they care for each other. What the hell? Yeah. This apparently has some historical accuracy. Ubisoft weren't just wanting to spend this time modeling this because they felt like it. Or maybe they did. The Borgias, they were so scandalous, they had their own TV show, but I never thought they would show it in a AAA game.
And your loneliness will be a thing of the past.
I cannot wait.
Behave yourself while I am gone.
Now we gotta get to the top. and find out where Katerina is. Lucrezia seems paranoid, thinking Katerina slept with her brother, so injures her leg, and we have to find the key. And Lucrezia is crazy. She goes to flirt with this guy saying, oh yeah, cheat on me. And then...
I heard the entire exchange, mia signora, and can vouch for it.
Good. Tell Cesare. We shall see how it feels when the shoe is on the other foot.
Oh my
Yes,
god, she's
signora.
nuts! Ezio, don't you get any ideas, hey? Stop! Don't stop! And so you gotta grab her.
There! On him!
Nice of her to wait. And you gotta walk her over every few seconds, then a fight happens, so you gotta stop and put her down. Then she runs away. Yes, it is as annoying as it looks. So you lock her up and free Katerina, where your hands are kind of full. Why is this game so busted? So you were meant to drop Katerina down here.
Don't you dare.
Always had a soft spot for women in distress.
Where she gets to your hideout safely, and now you got more side quests where each guild has some quest that you can complete. So for the courtesans, one goes, hey, can you beat up some creeps I met last night? Wait, okay, let me take you to him. Don't you love follow NPC quests in Assassin's Creed? And I found the guy, and then I thought she wanted me to kill him. No, I gotta do it all again. And then she's like, that was the wrong guy. Let me find you 2 more guys. I love this game. I love my nostalgia making me think this game was my favorite one. She literally takes so long, I could buy more land while she was walking. Also, if you have your fists out.
Watch out! A new breakthrough from Flanders, and the treatment of gout is being hailed as a miracle. It involves imbibing vast quantities of beer.
Good advice.
Well, I think it's time for another break to talk to the best NPCs ever created in a AAA franchise.
You ever killed anyone?
Hello to you too.
So Sean, any lions outside the Pride?
Who was that girl you were dating? Kate?
Yeah. Kate. Katie, kitty cat Kate. Charmed the pants right off her, I did.
Yeah, right. I know for a fact you didn't even get to second base.
Oh, what? What?
And now you finally unlock the whole name of the game, the Brotherhood, recruiting people to join your cause, where you save citizens fighting guards and they want to join the assassins. So at these bird towers, you can send them out to get experience, which you'll then use to level up their health or weapons, and you can change the color of their hoods, and then you'll unlock these bars on top, where every 2 assassins you recruit, with a max of 6 at a time, you can press L1 to summon them. Yes, even out of thin air. To attack whoever you're targeting. And if you have 3 bars full, you can hold L1 to shoot everyone in the vicinity, and these bars will then take time to charge back up. It is fun in that they are all unnamed and they are randomized type of NPCs, so you can keep getting more of them, and you could get attached to them before. No, don't die! As I use them to distract those guards while I climb the Borgia Tower, but no, the climbing is taking too long. They all dying right before my eyes. No! Well, time to recruit some more. And we also meet...
Over here.
I get the reference, but was cardboard even a thing back then? And look, it's our best friend.
Leonardo.
I knew you were behind the break-in at Sant'Angelo. It is good to see you, friend.
Come here.
Huh. You know, I'm just gonna randomly search on Tumblr. Okay. Yes, I have a Tumblr, you should follow me. And see, Ezio, Leonardo... Oh, okay. Huh. Interesting. I don't know the body could do that. So now Leonardo is being forced to work for Borgia and make weapons for them. Yes, he was that friend Cesare mentioned when killing Mario. And if you see these white L's on the map, you can sit at a bench and have him upgrade your things, which is just getting your equipment back like the double blade. And finally, that leap jump! Now I can clean out that tower. This was all just something to make you talk to Leo again, because they were trying to think of something to make this fan favorite come back at the game. It doesn't even cost you any resources to get back, it's just money, which you know you're super rich now from your rent.
You don't own this place.
You dare question my ownership of this building? But he also has these Black L quests where you get sent to these random places in Italy for you to stop his war machines that he made for Borgia. They frame it as such as if you defeat them, you will harm Cesare in the final battle. As in, do these quests to make the final boss easier. You really think they had time to implement this feature in 10 months of dev time? But they are little set pieces. Usually you do something to find the blueprints, you destroy them, then you pilot the machine, which are based on Leonardo's real machines that he actually wanted to make, and then destroy them. This first one involving a lengthy turret section. Now also with sending assassin recruits out, you get a lot of missions, but they are difficulty based, and no matter what, with how high level I made them, I could never seem to do the harder missions. Like some of them are 5 stars and then like double 5 stars, yet even with high level assassin, I could barely get the percentage bar over halfway success rate. Now back to the buying businesses. You could also buy landmarks. What do you mean I can't afford this? Huh. Better up those reds. And turns out, what the heck? This is DLC that was included in the remaster for free, which is set after the second to last chapter, which, by the way, when you're in that chapter to the end of the game removes all open world and becomes incredibly linear, meaning you either do this DLC now or in the post game, and it kind of just spoils what's happening at the end of the game. Like, oh, okay, I guess we captured Cesare for a bit. As in this, Da Vinci.
You seem to be doing decent work on this one.
You are kind. However, even I can see that she is badly drawn. And that smile, overdone, meaningless.
Has disappeared, and you have to find out where he went with help from his assistant, who may or may not have real historical accuracies that was written for this character in this game. And it's like you gotta find his paintings to use on clues as to where he's gone. And in this DLC, Lucrezia is depressed that her brother's been captured, but she has some of the paintings, so you have to steal them back, which is a lot of platforming parkour. I think they realized the main game was missing these parkour segments, so they chucked them all in, and it's pretty straightforward. You hold forward and you know where to go, and you have to trick her into giving the paintings back, where also in this DLC you fight these new faster enemies where you also got to get even more paintings. Oh no, the body fell!
Amazing.
Anyway, we continue the main story, which has us heading to the freakiest party in Rome, which has us trying to take out Cesare's generals, as his plan is to take over all of Italy. While Rodrigo, yes, you finally see Fat Alberti, he goes, "Son, you're too greedy." While this Lardo, wait, did he just kill her? Is that meant to happen?
The things I have felt, seen, and tasted.
Better wash my hands after this. And the chapter ends, and I don't know, man. You know how I mentioned in the previous game, I like to mess about after the chapter ended, you know, stab NPCs because I couldn't fail since the chapter was ending. Well, in this game, every single chapter ends where there's no NPCs for you to kill. It's like they knew that's what I wanted to do and they removed it. Now, as I should mention, you have treasure chests where you can get little items with them, not just money. And you can sell them for more money, or you can use them to craft special items in the shop. It's very, very basic crafting mechanics.
Who goes there?
Salve to you too.
Ezio! I was expecting my wife.
So the French are trying to invade Rome and have kidnapped his wife.
I'll kill you for tutto francese!
Calm down, for your wife's sake. You know my terms. Enter my camp unarmed at dawn.
So you gotta dress up as French soldiers and pretend to have caught Bartolomeu to sneak into the base.
The Duke's men will know something is wrong. The Baron thinks Cesare will allow the French to rule Italy.
My god, the AI is so janky in this game. And you're meant to kill the guards at each checkpoint so they don't suspect who you are.
It isn't safe to leave home.
What the heck? So you sneak in and chase after the guy and kill him. Oh man, he used her as a shield! And thus ends another chapter with no one around to kill. Quick, rob him before it's all gone! So continuing the painting hunt for the DLC, you see that guy who was hitting on your sister from the previous game. Reusing the NPC models really helps.
We are not children anymore.
Look around. I have help this time.
Well, this should be easy.
You can hit...
Oh, come on, let me kill him! And this guy runs so fast that I lose him. I love these side quests so much. Well, just give me the damn painting.
Release. I don't see him. Eccolo, there!
Who the hell are you? I knew clouds were evil. Now, one other thing about the Borgia Towers is that you're freeing the people from the control, meaning when you fight in the streets, the people will actually help you and jump in. Whoa, thanks, buddy. I'll take it from here.
That's a funny outfit. Another mask tonight. What?
I think they're onto me. So we solve a fun puzzle with the paintings to find the cave Leo is in.
Ezio Auditore! You who arrested Cesare Borgia.
Hey, I haven't got to that part yet.
Stay away from me, assassino! We are all the same underneath.
See you in hell.
So we save him, and after climbing around some more, we find out the secret of the tomb, and... what did I get from it? A sense of pride and accomplishment? Oh, brother, I have enough of that already! There's something suspicious about that guard. Well, okay, I thought at least do Leo's machines, where the next one...
Kill them all! Starting with the map teacher!
Then I saw these quests with the Abstergo logo, you know, the future Templars company logo. And I thought, oh cool, they're invading my missions. No, it's just... you go and kill bad guys? Why are they using that logo? And then you got Copernico, who is a historical figure, a scholar that you save from dying, and you gotta save more of them from dying, and you also got Templar lairs, which are more platforming, and yeah, this becomes an annoyance later, but look here. To jump back, you're meant to hold it in the desired direction, so right, but then Ezio does this. I swear, I can never tell if it's hold the direction as opposed to the camera's direction, or hold direction to Ezio, so I was meant to hold back on the control stick instead. Anyway, I use my recruits because it's just funny standing there. Obviously, you're the evil guy, and then watching your recruits try and kill the guards. They will usually one-hit kill a guard, but it sometimes never works out the way you intend.
Via! Via! Maledizione!
Oh, guess he doesn't care. I'll make him care.
What happened here?
And here I also started to use the dagger and other weapons because, yeah, I was kind of getting tired of seeing the same hidden blade killing animations insta-kill. They do have a lot of animations for each weapon, like they actually did put effort into these, like the hammer to bonk enemies, till you can then slice necks with it. Then we got one more Leo machine.
The plans.
No! I will not! Stop! Stop!
As you gotta sneak up the tower and you cannot be detected, but luckily you have the crossbow, a silent ranged weapon where you have to look at an enemy, and if you see the white outline on them, press L2 and you'll lock on to shoot them. But like, come on man, let me lock on! Or usually you're meant to see a yellow icon then red when an enemy spots you, right? I seriously don't understand why this game is so much more broken than the first one. And yep, losing here means you gotta do the whole tower again. And then after you get into the flying machine, you gotta shoot camps with some of the worst mechanics. Can you hurry up, team? I'm trying to buy up shops here. So then the final machine is a ship where you gotta swim through and then use the ship to destroy bigger ships, and I think maybe they reused these ship models for the later games. So you do all Leo's machines and it gets you a parachute that lets you not take damage from falling. It's an item that you gotta keep rebuying when you use it. Oh yeah, I finally realized I was meant to rebuy my pouches, you know, to get bigger inventory space to carry more medicine, and finally, smoke bombs. You remember how I broke enemies before in the previous game with them? It was a really important tool. Well, I never had to use them at all in this game. So finally back to the story where Cesare is trying to control the church.
You will not regret.
So Ezio just once again stands there letting this all happen.
Always had a soft spot for stress.
Come on, how did he know it was me? So you tail the guy and you're meant to interrupt the play and save this church guy as you use your assassins to take out the guards while you listen in. So I keep going following him while my buddies are taking care of the guards. Gunshots! And so into the Colosseum where you dress up as the guards and then stab the guy during the play. Walk out with Jesus. Oh, you're not clever, Ubisoft. And then the game is like,
stop! Wait for us!
We thought you had been
a
killed,
flashback now?
Not yet.
Where does this passage...
So he's the traitor back at Monteriggioni because we also had this story thing where Volpe thinks that there's a traitor and he believes it to be Machiavelli, and it's not. Amazing story padding right here.
Finish what you started.
Good advice.
I intend to write a book about you one day.
If you do, make it short.
Wait, what did he write about us? So now we finally decide to take out Cesare. Look, these recruits are so dumb. So we find the family.
Give me money. No.
As Rodrigo tries to kill his son for ruining his family's plans, but the son kills him first, and almost the sister, because he's trying to find out where the apple is. Yeah, you know, Ezio isn't gonna stop this moment. This is peak enjoyment for him. And so we chase after him to get the apple first. Oh man, stairs in Italy are no joke. Even when I was there, it just keeps going. Oh, my calves. So we grab the apple and Cesare's like, frick. And he runs away. Well, now you gotta use the apple to kill the guards where you hold square and whoever gets close, you kill them. And you cannot use any other weapons or even heal. And yeah, this felt really bad. Like there was way too many guards and I was barely doing any damage, and it took me so long to realize you have to hold square down entirely to get a bigger radius, and then you can kill more people. And now it becomes a linear set piece to the end of the game, where the game just keeps jumping forward every couple of months and you chase after Cesare, and then he runs away and it skips forward a few more months again and you chase after him, constantly following him with the apple. But first, let's just see how the gang are doing, okay?
Communists.
Wow.
Sex intercourse on his wedding night. Sex 8 times.
Wow.
Then I went back to Ezio and I was like, wait, I forgot to check Desmond's emails. So I went back to the real world and... Wait, did everyone leave me? Let's just finish this game, shall we? But yeah, if you do check the emails, Lucy, how scary. She changed the password. So the game shifts you around to these places, and here I was meant to find a guy and tail him, and he never appeared. And it's apparently a very common glitch. I didn't know what to do, so I started pulling down wanted posters to get rid of my notoriety, and then somehow it let me use my hidden blade and I lost the apple. Reminder, you're not meant to lose the apple at all in this ending sequence. You're meant to use it constantly while chasing after the bad guy. But okay, I just lost it now. So pretty much you confront Cesare, he runs, and then you gotta kill these guards with the apple. This apple sucks so much. And eventually you corner him, and this bozo, who you've only seen once before in the game, I forgot until I'm watching this footage now, arrests him.
I arrest you, Cesare Borgia, for the crimes of murder, betrayal, and incest.
No. Really? He did all that? And so we use the apple to find out what Cesare will do, because Leonardo told us to, and we do listen to him. Okay, it makes a lot of sense now, Tumblr. I see the vision. And the apple says Cesare will escape or something. I don't know, just padding. I don't know. So we give Leo money and then leave to kill Cesare. And even on the final chapter loading screen, it still won't let me stab the NPCs. So it's back to that opening scene. You chase after him in this area where I don't know where we are. Just run right on through. And you have the final boss fight where you just bam, kick him a bit, then do a QTE, then repeat. It's a little more involved than his dad's fight, but like I said over and over, the combat is not challenging at all, as you finally kill him. And so you see Ezio get the apple back and put it someplace new, as then we wake up and we have to find out where he kept it. And there was a code Ezio left us, and it's a triangle?
Triangle.
And it says the Colosseum, so we all go there, and this is like 1 hour of parkour as Desmond. I do not like.
I like the ceiling.
Do you like the ceiling? Oh, you are a fascinating traveling companion.
Hey man, the ceilings of those places are so peak. Like, shut up, dude. No one likes you.
Do you like the ceiling? Oh,
jeez, where's your off switch?
And so you open these hanging rails to climb on, and somehow I skipped this one rail, and then I fell. So I had to do it all again. And then when I went around again and I went on that rail, I passed it and unlocked a ladder that would help you if you fell. And then I fell again. I can't get this angle right. I hate this. And so we find the apple. Minerva yaps on about how humans suck, and we get it. And then it mind controls us going, oh, we need to fix something up here. There's some mistake here. And it makes us kill Lucy.
It is done.
Yep, a crazy twister. Make sure you buy next year's release. Let's go! FIFA schedule! Woohoo! And then you got 20 minutes of unskippable cutscenes. Yay! And to wrap it up, I did some final quests back in Rome where I have to stop this guy.
Stop him, ragazzi! There! Get him!
Oh, great.
Aha! No mercy for you!
And then I leave the place. Where? And as we ride off under the world in the moonlight, I have to think, what the heck happened with Assassin's Creed Brotherhood? I came into this video thinking AC Brotherhood was my favorite Assassin's Creed game. From my memory, this look of Ezio with his outfit, the stark red on white, how suave he became, the multiplayer. Have you seen how cool the promo material is? It's so aesthetically cool. All in my mind, this was peak of the franchise. But now, man, I think understanding now that this game was meant to be an add-on to 2 and they didn't have enough time, so they pushed it to be its own full game, when they really tried to extend the runtime, really does show with how it's structured. Because think about it. In the end, it doesn't even matter. What actually happened? You have the Apple of Eden. You lose it. You get it back by the end. You learned how to manage people and buy land property. Rodrigo still died like he was meant to in 2, and now Desmond kills Lucy. All things that could have been covered in 3 hours of AC2. The fact that they barely added in new gameplay mechanics to this game, actually removing mechanics making you earn it again, and all you had new was the Brotherhood and a new location, really shows to me how this was not intended to be a full release. The big saving grace back then was the multiplayer, which was fresh and unique at the time, and now it's just scrubbed clean. It would have been so cool to play that now in this modern day. But thinking back in 2010, you only had 2 previous AC games before this. This style of open world game was brand new. You didn't know Ubisoft would milk this formula forever, so back then we were just happy to get another game exploring historical places. Like, I've never been to Europe until recently. I love ancient history like this. I love the attention to detail. There's so much care in these places. I loved how it had stealth, parkour, a little comedy, some historical accuracy. I love going through this style of game. You don't get to see this as often. Ubisoft seemingly have cornered the market of it. But now the landscape has changed. I haven't even played the new Assassin's Creed games, but I know that this one is not my favorite one. Not even including the glitches. This story feels so stretched thin. The jumping around places at the end really show they were just trying to make these modern people likable, and it kind of worked on me. But when you wanted more to be in Ezio's time period, you expected more from a full release game, more new mechanics. And back then the multiplayer was the new mechanic, and it's like, oh, that's cool. It's not to say this is a bad game now or I didn't have fun with it. I just think when you're a sequel, you should be adding on to the previous game. Only if for a visual novel I could see where you don't add any new mechanics to, but it's a big AAA release. They're making a lot of money. You would think they would have included more in it. And yes, it was probably due to the publisher wanting a yearly release schedule. It will be interesting to see when I cover Revelation missions to round out Ezio's trilogy, what I think of the third game, how I now feel of it, because I legit was not expecting to feel so towards this game, especially with how much I enjoyed replaying AC2. Like a lot of my problems with 2, I felt they were dragging out the mission, adding in so much fluff that could have been cut. Well, if they cut those sections down, they could have added this Rome section into this game, you know, taken an extra year to polish it and released 2 as just one big package. So it kind of feels like it was hampered, and the team did the best they could with Ubisoft being Ubisoft, hanging over their head, wanting that yearly release money. And what now? It's bundled as a trilogy package, you got a shorter story experience, it doesn't really add much to the overall plot, there's no multiplayer now, and mechanics that remove the old mechanics and make the gameplay so brain dead easy. But for what it's worth, I still remember fondly of my time with this game. And now, I have a new memory I can add to that, because I can say, I've seen the Colosseum from below. And that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed this look back at a game that's so core to my being. And now I'm thinking, wow, my core being is a glitchy mess. I would appreciate a like and a sub to the channel if you haven't already. I have many more other videos you may enjoy in this wacky style. My social media is linked in the description. And until then, I shall see you all in the next video.